You've just practiced the steps for controlling bleeding and bandaging. But what if the cut is much deeper, and after you've applied pressure and dressings, the bleeding doesn't stop? Let's go back to the store and see what happens if the situation were much worse. Tom has a much deeper cut, and applying direct pressure isn't enough to stop the bleeding.
Tom, are you all right?
I cut myself.
Sam, can you clean this up before someone else gets hurt?
Yeah, I got it.
Let me see your arm. What happened?
I grabbed the frame, tried to put it on the wall, and it just slipped from my hands.
It's all right. Remember, I took that first aid course. Come on, let's go over to the counter. That looks pretty deep. Here. Put this on it and press down hard while I'm calling 911.
911, what's your emergency?
It's my coworker. He cut his arm on some glass at the store and it looks pretty bad.
What's your address?
It's 6977 Rose Street, the antique store.
Okay, 6977 Rose Street, the antique store. I've dispatched paramedics. Is he conscious?
Yeah, he's conscious.
And where is he bleeding? Have you tried to stop it?
It's his arm, his left forearm. I'm trying to stop it now. I'm using some gauze and pressing down really hard, but it's not stopping.
Do you have a tourniquet?
Yes, there's one in the first aid kit.
Go ahead and use it and put it about 2 inches above the cut.
Apply pressure while I get the tourniquet. Okay, I'm gonna put this tourniquet on your arm to try to get the bleeding to stop, okay? Hang in there with me.
Okay. Oh, that's tight.
Yeah, but I think it's working.
I'll note the time is 2:30. Please write that on the tourniquet. I share the paramedics are almost there.
Sam, can you meet the paramedics outside and let them in? Thanks.
Lisa tried to stop the bleeding using direct pressure, but the cut was deeper than originally thought, and applying pressure didn't stop the bleeding. When this happens, use a tourniquet. The first aid kit should contain a pre-made or manufactured tourniquet. It includes a strap that you wrap around the injured person's arm or leg and a straight stick-like object called a windlass. The windlass is used to tighten the tourniquet. If applied correctly, a tourniquet should stop the bleeding. If you don't have a tourniquet, you can make one. Fold a cloth or bandage so that it's long and at least 1 inch wide. Wrap the bandage 2 inches above the injury if possible. Tie the ends of the bandage around a small hand tool, stick, or something similar. Turn the item to tighten the tourniquet. Continue tightening until the bleeding stops. Secure the hand tool or stick so the tourniquet stays tight. Note what time the tourniquet was placed. To summarize, take the following actions when using a tourniquet. First, make sure the scene is safe for you and the injured person. Phone 911 and get the first aid kit and an AED. Wear personal protective equipment. Place the tourniquet about 2 inches above the injury if possible. Tighten the tourniquet until the bleeding stops. Note what time the tourniquet was placed on the body. Once you have the tourniquet in place and the bleeding has stopped, leave it alone until someone with more advanced training arrives and takes over. The loss of a lot of blood can lead to shock. Besides loss of blood, shock can be caused by a heart attack or severe allergic reaction, among other things. At our store, if a tourniquet was not available, it could lead to a significant loss of blood, and the person could go into shock. A person in shock may feel weak, faint, or dizzy, feel nauseated or thirsty, have pale or grayish skin, be restless, agitated, or confused, or be cold and clammy to the touch. First aid actions for shock are: make sure the scene is safe. Phone 911 and get the first aid kit and AED if available. Help the person lie on his back. Cover the person with a blanket to keep him warm. Check to see if CPR is needed. If so, provide CPR.